Taurus, let's get into your reading, shall we? First of all, let's see what's going on with your aura. Okay, it's very large at the base. It's got, I don't remember, what was that program where it had these like jelly beans or jelly babies sort of shaped sort of thing where they morphed, and I can't remember. It's an old cartoon from the 70s and 80s. I'm sure someone will tell me, but it looks like that. So it's not quite an hourglass, which is that sort of shape. It's more sort of like almost like a squash, if you know your vegetables, like a squash really. It's much more larger at the base, so you obviously this week here your energy is focused on fundamental things, getting things sorted within your life, getting the administration done, tying up loose ends in regards to projects, also being attentive to your home life in a very functional sort of way. That's what it sort of seems like. It's on that sort of thing. That's the general overall sort of feeling we get from it. Let's just jump in with the chakras now. Let's just see what's going on with your root chakra. Very large. Very large indeed. Yeah, it's a week of getting things done, of being grounded, not being caught up in the illusion of life, which is a good thing to do, to be caught up in the illusion of life sometimes. But here is very much more on a practical sort of level, very grounded, not really sort of, not believing, more knowing than anything else within life. My camera's just sort of pivoted. It should be all right. I'm on a bit of an angle. No, it's that way. So I do apologise. So yeah, there's a lot more sort of practicalities going on. Very grounded about things. If it, say what you see, basically, sort of scenario. If you can't touch it, if you can't see it, then you're not going to believe it. That sort of sensation. It's really grounded energy. There is a bad side to that, and I think you should be very attentive to that, is the immovability of it all. So I would be very attentive to that and be very wary of just, maybe getting yourself a little bit stuck in the routine, because you are workaholics, Tauruses. You love working. There is no doubt about it. Sorry about that. I thought it was cut. So yeah, there is no doubt about it. It's you can work incredibly hard, and sometimes you work too hard. Let's have a look at your sacrum, and let's just see what's going on there. There is a definite imbalance there. I would be very wary, if I was you, of that work play ethic. If you want to work hard, fine, fair enough, but you've got to play hard as well, and you've got to have that balance within your life. If you do, that's when you become a lot more productive, you become a lot more decisive in your decisions as well, which will be very practical and very good for you at the moment. But you do need that counterbalance, and I would be very attentive to that. It's not necessarily going out and exploring new activities and stuff like that. It's doing activities that you would normally do that bring you pleasure, basically, and I would be very attentive to that. Let's just see what's going on in your solar plexus. You're keeping a lot of energy for yourself. You're working on your plan, which I think is good. And it's a good thing to do. You're working on your plan. You're working on what you're supposed to be doing. You're keeping your energy for yourself. You're not spending it frivolously. You're not just giving it away. I think it's a really good thing. And it's, it's good energy for yourself. If you find yourself in a bad space in life at the moment, that energy it could eat you up. So what you need to be doing here is where you need to be almost going counterflow to what I'm saying in a way, if you're in a bad place. Because it's almost like jump starting. It's almost like sort of like giving, you know, sort of like when you restart the heart, like, boom, you know, that's what you'll do, because you'll go up against energy and it will push you into the right direction, and it'll give you this momentum to actually get the best out of life. But you don't need to do it constantly like a rock in a river, you know, pushing against the flow of energy. But you do need to use that as almost a sort of like push up against energy and boom, allow it to then project you into where you should be going or what you should be doing. Okay? Okay, so let's just have a look at your heart chakra. Oh. There is a part of your heart here that's really looking towards love. And I think this is where the practicality comes in within the family or with the home space and everything like that. And you're looking at sort of making it a lot more concrete, your love with another person, in a very practical way, it's got to be said. This is not necessarily moonbeams and rainbows here. We're talking very much more sort of where you're putting your heart really into something, into a relationship. Not fully. Basically, you're not just giving over your heart totally, which is a very good thing, but you're actually putting your emotions into a relationship or relationships that are around you in a very practical sense, because it comes out of the practicality at the base of your energies. But at the same time, it's reduced a little bit because we're going into this introspective period as well with all those planets in retrograde. It's making us to assess the situation. September, we are doing a lot of assessment, basically. Okay, let's just have a look at your third eye and your throat chakra. Yeah, I think with this analysis, and I think everybody's getting this, the third eye is a lot more prominent than the throat chakra. So don't do what I say, do what I do. Is that, you know, is that sort of ring true? Is that the good phrase? I think it is. So, you know, words are cheap, actions are worth it. And I think this is where, you know, you are looking or you're using your intuition on, not across the board, but keeping it very centralized on one thing. And when you centralize your intuition, therefore you're going to get good results in few areas rather than reasonable results across the board. And I think this is one thing you have to be also conscious about, of having that balance in. It reflects the sacrum, because the sacrum and the third eye and the throat chakra work together. Well, they don't work together, they sort of create a balance between the two. And we see the same imbalance within the throat and third eye as we do within your sacrum as well. And this is where, you know, you might want to do certain activities which also help to stimulate different thoughts, patterns, different explorations within your mental energies. Let's just have a look at your crown chakra now. This is large, very well shaped, a very vase sort of scenario. It is like that, but it is large, so there is a lot of information that is coming in. It's not very tall, so it's not really going, you know, you're not thinking about how the universe works on a mechanical sort of sense. You're working on a lot of things that are practical within your life, which is really good. And this is a good moment to do that this week, there is no doubt about it. So there you go. Let's just have a quick look through the chakras and see which is the most important. I think the most important for you, and I think this is a recurring lesson for Taurus, is that work-play ethic. And you know, it's exploring other avenues in the future. At the moment, just seeing what works for you. I think that's the most important too, and that intuition through the third eye. Let's just see if we can get some more detail off the aura. Okay, there's there's, I think, what seems to be happening in your aura, there's a fold in the energy. So it folds in like, it comes in layers, and in the layers there's a certain fold in that layer, a bit like my belly, you know. But there's a certain fold in the energy, and that energy, as it folds in within itself, it creates a vortex. So that helps to create a reflection. It helps to create analysis of how your energy is being, or how you're using your energy to interact with the world around you, mulling things over, as it were. And this is helping you, and it's within the solar plexus area. So it's a very practical thing, and how you actually apply your force within life. So I'd be very attentive at the moment of how you do that, and seeing what works and what doesn't work for you. Okay, let's just see if there's anything else. There is a slight realization in the third eye. It's not major, because I think it's much more on a practical level for you at the moment. I don't think it's major, but I think you're going to have little nuggets of gold, which is going to make you, or help you to realize the future, of gradually opening doors in the future of how you can position yourself in accordance to your life, in accordance to what you do as in the way of job, business, but also what you do in the way of, you know, in the way of relationships and so forth. But these are small things, but these small things, you know, big oaks come from small acorns. So, you know, I wouldn't be dismissive of the little nuggets of gold. I will certainly be a lot more sort of open to sort of the ideas or the possibilities that can be sprung from these certain realizations. Okay, there you go, Taurus. Thank you very much for being here with us. I did do the energy update on my sister channel, which is called Cymatic TV. So you might want to go over there and see that. That was absolutely brilliant. I will be doing a lot more work on that, because it's all about energy there. We go into a lot more detail about how the universal vibration works, how also we work, and the interaction between the geological situation on the Earth, and so forth. So that's really good. I will see you at the weekend for your weekly readings on this channel. It'd be absolutely beautiful to see you there. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.